Good evening, everyone. Welcome back in another weekly market outlook. Hope you are good, doing well, enjoying your weekend, and obviously getting ready for next week. We had a very volatile week. Last week was very volatile, specifically on the risk on assets. Risk on assets closed strongly bearish. Okay, so let's look at the techtradingacademy.com, and then we're gonna look at the last week setups, and then we're gonna look at the next week setups. All right, so if anyone want to join us, looking for membership or looking for training, just simply go to techtradingacademy.com, check the levels over there, membership levels, and if you are looking for further information, just simply fill that form and send that form to me for further information as usual. All right, so membership levels are there, and if you're looking for social sites where you can follow me for ideas, updates, and for setups, just simply go to my trading view profile, or you can get all these links under my channel, all right, under my videos in the description box. All right, so go to signature box, you can get all these links from their website, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Slack, and Telegram. All right, so now let's look at the setup which I had posted for last week. Right, so Chief Yen is at a good price, is at a good spot where we can look for this to drop from that high for another leg lower. Okay, for another leg lower back within these areas up to 116 or all the way up to 114. All right, so it's testing 118, which is a good price to watch. All right, so historical, you can say that historical resistance. All right, so it's a historical resistance to watch. So multi-year high is being tested by the Chief Yen. Okay, so just simply go to your lower time frame correction and watch that trade, and that to go all the way back to that low and fall further sharp all the way back to that low, or simply go back up another leg and then drop. All right, so this setup is in information. So dollar CAD. Okay, so last week we had dollar CAD buy opportunity, or the week before, 21st of January. All right, so we had buy on the dollar CAD from the bottom, aggressive move, broke out, trying to go beyond the channel, okay, or trying to reverse for longer term. All right, so when market gonna open, we may still see another leg higher, okay, back to that top, or possible longer term reversal. All right, so within that structure or within that pattern, we still can see another leg lower, guys. All right, so another leg lower is still possible back to that bottom before going to reverse for longer term. So we're going to look at the lower time frame for both ways. All right, so dollar CAD was a good chart from 21st of January. And we had a pound CAD. Okay, so pound CAD was just keep pushing higher slowly, and then we got a sell setup over there. We got a breakout, and we got a nice run on it. Okay, and it is in a formation for more downside. Okay, so this correction to complete over there and break out and keep dragging lower all the way back to that low, or just simply go back up for another leg and then drop. Okay, so this setup is also doing really well. Okay, so pound yen is not doing well. Okay, pound yen just broke out and went higher. We were expecting some price action over there on the pound yen from that top, and that to drop back to that low. This chart is very much similar like the pound CAD chart. Okay, the way pound CAD has done, okay, broken down very aggressively and forming continuation formation and trying to push lower. So this can do that too. Yeah, this can do that too. Similar formation, similar price action can appear over there on the pound yen like the pound CAD chart. All right, so we're going to look at this chart on lower time frame as well. Okay, so just look at this, you know, update. Okay, so we are within that trend. We need to see sharp breakout of that trend, the trend which is over there, sharp breakout, correct, and at least go up to that low, that trend line, or further lower. Okay, back within these areas. Okay, as we know that risk on assets closed strongly bearish on Friday. We haven't seen that move across the market yet. Okay, which means that we still can see strength on the yen. So yen pair is going to be good to watch for next week. Even dollar too. All right, so euro dollar. Okay, so this is a longer term chart, a daily time frame chart. Okay, so price is trying to form a daily correction over there, trying to break out for more downside. We we are not having breakout yet on this chart. Okay, so last week, if you guys remember that, we were looking for a 1 hour time frame breakdown and continuation to the downside. We got a breakout on this chart, but we did not see more downside, aggressive sell on this chart for more downside. Okay, there is possibility that this chart still can go for another leg higher. Okay, this formation, we still can see this you know, leg on the euro dollar chart. Okay, this leg before going to continue to go lower. Okay, so for that, watch price action over there for next week rather than getting into the trade for a breakout, and short-term target going to be over there. If move is going to be very, very aggressive, okay, like euro yen, then wait for the price to go all the way back to that top and then again start looking for sell. Okay, when you are getting into the buy on the euro dollar for another leg higher, okay, make sure you understand that it is trying to reverse for longer term. Okay, so rather than breaking out for another leg higher, it can break down and can continue to go lower. So we are longer term bearish on it. All right, but right now there is still possibility that the euro dollar can push higher, okay, for another leg. So we're gonna look at the lower time frame. So longer term chart. Okay, this is a longer term chart. When you trade on this chart on this scale, on daily time frame scale, means that you are a very longer term investor. Okay, so you're looking for longer term trade to hold. All right, so for that you need to time your entry really well on lower time frame so that you can you know, save yourself from drawdown. All right, and if you're not a longer term investor, all right, and a very short term investor, okay, so then you can trade on a lower time frame for short term, like 50 to 80 pips, all right, or 100 pip move on the euro dollar on a lower time frame. The trade which I have just shown you there. Okay, so you see there, short term opportunity from that bottom and go all the way back to that flag. Okay, so euro dollar, so Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar is doing really well, so going down. Okay, another next leg is trying to appear over there. All right, so we got a lower time frame flag over there, or flat formation over there last week, and that broke out, trying to push lower. We did not see, you know, a bigger correction on this chart. All right, the bigger correction wasn't there on this chart. Okay, but still, you know, I mean, bigger correction is possible on this chart for this to go all the way back to that low, or up to 102 for longer term. All right, so still a lot of potential on this chart. We just need to see correction. If you are in, great. If not, you need to see correction over there. Euro yen gonna be a sell opportunity next week, all right, without any doubt. So we're gonna look at that, up to which level that pair can go. So we got a dollar yen chart. Okay, so we got a breakout on this chart last week, strong breakout. All right, yeah, but this breakout still can go for another leg lower. All right, back to that bottom, up to 102.50. all right, so we're going to look at the lower time frame to how to trade on this chart. So we got a break up. Okay, so this correction broke out and it's going higher. So as you guys know that I'm talking about this chart since very long, that there's going to be a longer term reversal on this chart. Okay, so on the dollar yen. So dollar CAD, we have seen that last week, and now Bitcoin, we also have seen that chart. All right, so we are holding the 30,000 mark and trying to go towards 42, or we can see that it is setting up for next leg up to $50,000 mark. All right, it's a very volatile asset. All right, so when you are trading on this chart, okay, so just make sure you understand that you understand your risk. All right, you understand your risk and trade accordingly. It's a very volatile currency, very volatile asset. All right, and make sure you understand the risk before getting into the market on this chart. Okay, potential is there, all right, but also risk gonna be so much huge on this chart. Okay, volatility is huge. You just need to manage your positions really well on this chart. Okay, and it's just in a bigger weekly correction. Okay, that bigger weekly correction can break up for another leg up to 50. All right, so far it's holding 30,000 mark. Okay, so for next week, you are looking at to drag lower up to 30,000 or 29,000. All right, so hold those levels, just bounce up from those levels that it has done previously. Yeah, and then continue to keep pushing higher. Okay, so there you can see that those examples were there. If breakdown, then it can visit 25K. We haven't seen that breakout. What we have seen, bounce off. Okay, that bounce off brought this pair back to 38,000 mark. All right, and there you got the bounce off and then correction, and it went then again back. You know, we were looking for this to hold you know, that 36 and then drag lower. Okay, it didn't hit the 36 mark. Okay, expecting correction and then hit. It went up to 35, all right, and after testing the 30,000 mark again, okay, double bottom or triple bottom, whatever you wanna call that, all right. So we are still within this formation. This is a bigger weekly formation, okay, which means that another leg lower is trying to appear over there, back to that low, or lower low, all right, lower low or 30,000 mark. Okay, so opportunity gonna be over there around 30,000 mark for next leg back to 42 or up to $50,000 mark on the Bitcoin. All right, so we're gonna look at this chart too. All right, so Bitcoin and yes, no, let's move on to the rest of the charts are a bit old. All right, but those opportunities are also hitting the mark. Okay, so Kiwi Yen went to the trend line, going for another leg. All right, so all these were good opportunities. Pound CAD was good, pound dollar was good, Euro New Zealand dollar was also good. Okay, now let's move on to the setup for next week. Okay, so we are having a huge, you know, aggressive sell-off last week, around more than, I think, $3 trillion or $4 trillion sell-off last week on the risk on assets. Okay, so which is driving the another leg lower on the S&P 500. Okay, so right now we are expecting S&P 500 to, all right, to all the way back to that low. Okay, at least up to that area, and complete that you know, expanding triangle formation, and then next leg higher. So buy the dip opportunity going to be over there on the S&P 500. All right, and which means that dollar still can push higher. Okay, dollar can push higher, you know, somewhere around you know, around 93, close to 93 or 92.50 within these areas. Okay, so we are looking dollar to break out that descending wedge and go around 95 areas for at least. All right, for at least this chart, dollar index. Okay, on a bigger time frame, we're expecting this to give us another, you know, aggressive long buy opportunity over there for longer term. All right, so far fundamentals are against that. Okay, fundamentals are not pointing that price going to go into that direction for dollar index. Fundamentals are pointing that we're going to have a bigger weekly correction on the dollar index. All right, and we're gonna see another leg lower all the way back to that low. Reason why? Okay, because market is expecting that Fed gonna go for the tapering at the end of this year. Okay, and gonna hold rates for longer term. Okay, which means that short term good, you know, forecast for the dollar. Okay, good forecast for the dollar for the next 4 to 6 months. All right, and for next 3 to 4 years, we can say that is not a good, you know, fundamentals for the dollar. Okay, but these fundamentals can change at any time. All right, fundamentals can change at any time. As I said, any uncertainty. Okay, last week we had uncertainty, if you guys know that. Okay, people were just buying the game stock, squeezing out the hedge funds. Okay, and because of that, what we have seen pressure on major assets. All right, major assets went under pressure because of that single stock. All right, why? Those who, you know, those big players who caught into that stock, all right, what they did, okay, they closed their, you know, positions on the other assets, all right, on other risk on assets to cover their losses in, you know, which they were occurring from GameStop stock. All right, so because of that, we have seen weaknesses on the major assets, on major risk on assets. Okay, they went lower, or you know, we are having pressure on the risk on assets. Okay, so that kind of, you know, uncertainties can occur at any time, which can drive the risk on assets lower, and you know, Fed can, you know, fight with that uncertainty according to their own mandate. Okay, so that can change at any time. So far, what they are saying, we just need to follow them, what they are saying. All right, so they are saying that they're going to hold the rates at least up to 2024. Okay, how yield gonna do throughout the rest of the year, or how inflation gonna do rest of the year is gonna be important. Okay, so if inflation is going to spike up very aggressively and going beyond 2.50, all right, or going to hit the 3 mark, Yeah, Fed can go for the interest rate hike before than expected, all right, and all that can change the narrative for dollar, right? That can be a strong bullish narrative for the dollar, so they can change, all right? So fundamentals can change before than expectation. So what you are looking on the dollar index, so you are looking another breakout over there, okay? So the way I have just explained the euro dollar at the start, okay, so at these areas you are looking, you know, a short-term sell opportunity up to this low, okay? If it fall back very aggressively, as said, another leg lower, and then again new low and reversal, okay? So first of all, when market open, you're looking for this to bounce off up to that top, okay, this trade, and if it breaks very aggressively as structure is showing, just follow that structure. All right, so that's the dollar index. Euro dollar I have just shown. Our longer term structure is the bearish on the euro dollar, okay, this wedge to break, but we are anticipating another leg higher on this chart, the way you guys have just seen on the euro yen chart, okay? Another leg just appeared over there, all right, that leg. So you are looking similar leg on the euro dollar right now, okay? As said, on the dollar index, you are looking dollar index to bounce off, okay, which means that you are looking euro dollar to go lower, okay? So slightly go lower all the way back to that low. So short-term trade gonna be over there back to that bottom, and if it breaks, all right, breaks, then continue to keep dragging lower. Sharp breakout, okay, which we are not anticipating right now. Sharp breakout on the dollar, okay, so possible, okay? So sharp breakout is possible, and when price tests that low, this tiny triangle to go for another leg, okay, hold that, go for another leg all the way back to that top, or short-term target back to that high, which I have just shown you at the start, all right, on my euro dollar update. So dollar chief is similar, okay, nothing new, very much same, okay? So the structure is also similar like the dollar index or euro dollar, okay? So this longer term descending wedge to breakout for reversal or longer term on this chart, okay? So if I'm gonna go to the lower time frame, very much same analysis, not you know, different. As last week I was asking you to look for this to break out, okay, and we got a breakout on this, okay? Now we are in a similar kind of sideways market like I have shown you on the euro dollar or dollar chief. Now that to break out and continue to go higher, okay, correct, and continue to keep pushing higher. So short-term target gonna be over there. As this is not, I mean, price is already gone from that low, okay? It is not at a best spot where you can get into the market for buy opportunity, okay? There is only one reason where you can get into this trade if breakout is going to be very strong, yeah, unexpected breakout is going to happen, then you can get you into the trade, can put stop behind that, and can let the market to continue to keep pushing higher. Currently we are not anticipating that kind of strong aggressive move, all right? So you are simply looking this move to complete over there and price to, you know, keep pushing higher slowly rather than unexpected move, all right? So if it is not going to break out these levels, all right, that price next week, 89.20, okay, so then simply another leg lower, the way I have just explained on the euro dollar, okay? So euro dollar to go back up another leg, dollar index still can break down for another leg, all right? So dollar chief also still can break down for another leg all the way back to that bottom or new low. We are longer term bullish, all right? So we want them to go higher, rise, all right? But we are still within a bearish trend, okay? That bearish trend still can drive prices lower for another leg back to the previous bottom or new low, all right? So that's the structure, that's the patterns, all right? That's the price action we are having on the dollar pairs, all right? Across the market. So this structure and these patterns gonna stay over there for next couple of weeks to months, all right? They are not going to change anytime soon. All right, so what is the strategy? Strategy is simple. Every time when you are having lows on dollar pairs, you're looking for longer term reversals, right? Fundamentals I have just told you, which can drive it for longer term reversal, right? And when they are correcting deep on a daily time frame or a weekly time frame, you are trying to catch the continuation trade with the previous bearish trend. All right, so that's the strategy. So that's the dollar, you know, dollar chief chart, dollar CAD, all right? So we have just seen that chart, all right? And we got a sell off on the dollar CAD, okay? So dollar CAD is trying to find out its floor, its bottom, okay, for longer term reversal. So if I'm gonna look at the weekly chart, I have many time said to you guys on this chart, since we are having that bearish trend, okay, we need that kind of, you know, move, sharp move on the dollar CAD for this to continue the longer term bearish trend for upside. Okay, so it's struggling to push more lower, trying to find out its bottom for buy, for longer term buy opportunity, or go into sideways market, which we were having since you know, 2017. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, all right, so this is my structure, that's my, you know, pattern is still showing another leg possibility over there, okay, up to that low. All right, this again, new low or previous bottom test. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so you're looking when market open, as I said, dollar still has to gain. Okay, so when market gonna open, you look in this correction to breakout. Okay, so that trade, all right, that trade. Okay, so last week during the Fed rate decision, we were looking for this trade. Okay, that trade, we got that move. Okay, we got that move. Yeah, we were looking for this to tag that top or continue to keep pushing higher. So we got that move, and then we were looking for this, you know, correction to drag or for another leg lower. Okay, so we got that. All right, we did not you know, we don't have continuation for more downside. Okay, now we are looking this tiny correction, okay, which is very much similar like that. So when market gonna open, you look in this short-term trade. All right, so there I'm showing strength, short-term buy opportunity on dollar pairs. All right, I've shown that on the euro dollar, I've shown that on the dollar in the dollar chief chart. Okay, and I'm showing that short-term buy opportunity on the dollar CAD as well. Okay, not showing the sell. Okay, so sell is already gone from there, so you must be into the trade from those areas rather than getting into the trade at these areas. You only can get into the trade if this pattern is already breakout. Okay, the flag, if this is going to get into in a bigger flat, then you can start selling the daily time frame for more downside. So rather than looking for sell right now, okay, so you look in this correction and that trade when market gonna open. Okay, back to that top, if going to be aggressive, right, then your target should be much higher, not at these levels, because then your target should be somewhere there within these areas. All right, at 3150. Okay, where my structure is showing. Okay, another leg higher in a bigger, you know, channel. Okay, so that's what you are looking, and sell opportunity is very much, you know, very much gone from that top. Okay, for that, if it is turning into a nice daily correct, you know, nice 1 to 4 hour time frame correction, not daily, right, and then drag lower and then again. So we are, you know, less interested into this move right now. We are more interested continuation on the dollar CAD. Okay, so this trade you are targeting first, that short term when market gonna open. All right, so New Zealand dollar. Okay, so simply straight away a sell opportunity for short term, and if that's going to be you know, aggressive, then chart is very much clear. Okay, structure is very much clear, pattern is very much clear. All right, and what price is doing right now, struggling to push more higher on the New Zealand dollar against the dollar. All right, so when market gonna open, you're looking for, okay, this flat, yeah, for whole week you are looking for that flat formation. All right, so price to stay within that flat formation. All right, this flat formation, stay within those ranges. Okay, either break down aggressively to the downside or just stay. Yeah, so keep selling within these areas, keep selling and buying short term within these areas. Okay, but first of all, when market open, you simply looking for this breakout. All right, so there you see that breakout. Okay, so this correction, that breakout and that trade. Okay, this opportunity back to that low, and once price tag that low, breakout, continue to keep dragging lower, or as I said, flat formation, go back up. Okay, if don't see that breakout, okay, no worry, let this to go more higher, another leg higher back to that top, and watch it and sell it for that trade. Okay, so structure is very much clear that which way price is going to go over there for next week. Okay, so trade opportunity is going to be over there easily on this chart for next week. So we are not expecting, you know, aggressive movement on this chart for more upside anytime soon. Okay, we are expecting this to at least tag 70 area. Okay, so at least 70. So they're going to be a good, you know, sell opportunities on this chart for next week. Same goes with the Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, that's the structure. So same ascending wedge, maybe a bit different structure, you know, from last week. Okay, but when market gonna open, you're looking simply this to break out, right? And the breakout and price to at least test that low. Okay, there is a 15-minute time frame, all right? And at least test that low. Yeah, test that low for short term, or go aggressive back to that trend line. Okay, we are anticipating this move right next week. Okay, so that move. All right, if this move is not coming, short-term buy opportunity gonna be over there again. This move. Okay, we are not expecting breakout. All right, not expecting breakout. Price to just stay trending for the downside. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, very much same analysis like the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Okay, so there is a 15-minute correction which is just trying to appear over there. Okay, this to break out, that short-term trade back to that low. All right, so this bottom breakout and continue, keep pushing all the way back to the wedge line. All right, if not breaking, don't worry, another leg higher. All right, let that push all the way back to the trend line, and again start looking for, you know, sell from that high. Okay, the structure is very much clear for next week. Okay, so yeah, that structure is very much clear what to do next week. Okay, this correction to break down, if correction getting bigger, don't worry. Okay, so let that get bigger. Okay, sell opportunity from there, start behind that, and this opportunity. So we are not expecting this next leg. Okay, so we are expecting that price gonna break down, all right, or at least gonna test that low next week. I mean, or at opening. All right, so next week gonna be, they're gonna be, you know, 5 days, so you know, it can easily test that 76 area. All right, so pound dollar. Let's look at the pound dollar, and then we're gonna move on to the others. So pound dollar is struggling. Okay, so simply struggling to push more higher for longer term, or trying to break out 38 areas. Okay, so still struggling. So we, you know, got a lot of good opportunities last week on this chart. All right, so a couple of good opportunities. Now you know it's squeezing, we can say that. Okay, so our ranges are getting tight over there on this chart, on the pound dollar chart. Okay, so if I'm gonna put my dollar CAD chart on this chart, dollar CAD was a buy from the floor. All right, so pound dollar is also a buy from the floor, same trade on both charts. Okay, so if I'm gonna pull out my dollar CAD chart, all right, and if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so what we were looking for on the dollar CAD, okay, buy from there chart. I have just shown you at the start, dollar CAD chart, okay, that buy opportunity. So you're having same buy opportunity on the pound dollar chart. Okay, pound dollar chart is still struggling and was strong last week. Okay, and you know, you see there movements are very much similar. Okay, all right, the movements are very much, patterns are very much similar if you understand them. Okay, so we have seen strength on the dollar against the CAD, means that CAD got weaker last week. All right, and but pound is still strong. Okay, so this opportunity is still there, or a sell opportunity on the pound against the dollar. Hopefully you got my point. Okay, now let's move back to the chart. Okay, so this is what you are looking. Okay, pound is still strong. At least go to that trend line. Okay, at least go to that trend line, the trend which, you know, which is a bit far away from dollar CAD or buy from the bottom. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, last week we got a good sell opportunities on this. Okay, and if you guys remember, I have shown you last week, you know, this chart. All right, so that flag to break out. Okay, so we were, you know, having, you know, good sell opportunities. We were selling there, and I think not that one, sorry, this was the chart. Okay, so that was the flag. All right, So which I was asking to look for it to sell on a breakout. Okay, so we got a breakout entry, we got that trade. We are not buying the pound against the dollar. All right, so people are buying, still buying with the previous trend. Okay, so it is not at a good spot to buy. You can buy it for short term, as I said before many times. Okay, if we are going to get a breakout on the pound dollar, yeah, then breakout going to be to the downside. If it is going to break up, the breakout is not going to be a huge. Yeah, it can break out for under 100 or 200 pips, all right? But again, gonna start struggling. Again, gonna start struggling. So trade into that direction where breakout gonna be, okay? Where you're gonna get more return. So we got that sell opportunity from that top, and we got the next one too, guys. All right, so we were looking for this move as well. Okay, we got that move, and we were not looking for buy. All right, and the price made that move as well. Okay, now the ranges are getting tight over there. All right, so it's trying to break out, trying to push more higher. So what you are doing, rather than looking for a breakout entries on this chart for the downside on a lower time frame, yeah, last week I have shown you that, but this week you are on simply waiting for the price to tag 37.50. okay, so I'm not expecting price to go back to that on opening. All right, because price has already tagged at 37.50. okay, now reverse from 37.50. Now we are expecting it to at least tag that low 36.50 before going to go back up, at least draw for another 50 50 pip before going to go back up, because move is already started from the top on lower time frame. So in case if it is going to tag 37.50, 37.60, or 38 areas, okay, so then start looking for this to drop for short-term trade, for short-term opportunity every time from the highs. Okay, I mean these areas, these highs. Okay, so you are looking for this trade and possible same trade which I just shown you on the dollar CAD. So if it is not breaking that wedge for the downside, just simply take your profit, all right, for 50, 80, whatever you are getting, 50, 80 pips, and then let the price go back up. Okay, so these kind of trade I'm showing. All right, so these kind of trades. All right, so take these small trades. Okay, if price struggling to break that wedge. All right, and then again get into the trade from those new high or previous high. Okay, and take these trades and wait for this breakout to happen. Okay, that can happen all the way back to that trend line, or maybe much lower up to these areas, up to 30, 32, 30 areas, because they're going to be a decent trade. Okay, just look at that, how much a return you can get over there. 500 to 600 pip move can appear over there. If you are not comfortable using tight stop loss, okay, you can use wider stop loss as well, where you are comfortable with the stop loss. Okay, and now let's move on to the others. So there's going to be a sell opportunity too for coming days on this chart, coming days to a week. All right, so breakout. So we are looking sell every time, and we see highs on this chart. Okay, so next week chart is very much clear. When market gonna open, you look in this to hold the previous top, all right, or simply breakout. Okay, so breakout entry also gonna work, but gonna be a bit late. Make sure you get into the time on trade, get into the market on time rather than getting into the market too late. Okay, so we are expecting this trade to happen, that move to happen, all right, or price to slightly push higher. If I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, I still can push for another leg. So last week I was asking you to look for breakout. We got a breakout, all right, there. Okay, we got a breakout. We did not see continuation. We got small corrections. Okay, we did not see continuation, next leg lower. So this to breakout for short, this 15-minute correction to break out for another leg, all right, and test this previous 100% retracement. You can see that of this previous move. All right, so 100% retracement of that move. Okay, that can happen. Small move, push up, and then can again break out from there. Okay, so right now breakout. Yeah, if not come in, another leg is pushing higher. Okay, then breakout over there. Okay, so that's the trade. Okay, back to that low, or all the way back to the daily trend line. All right. Okay, so we unfortunately did not, you know, so we are live on the Facebook as well. So we were not live on the Facebook by mistake. So I haven't checked that, so I have just checked now. We are live on the Facebook as well. That's the sell opportunity as well. Okay, so S&P 500 is just going for a bigger correction. Okay, on a daily correction. Okay, so we are expecting it to slightly push more lower, all the way back to at least 35, 35.16 or 35.20 areas for buy the dip opportunity. Okay, so there's going to be a buy the dip opportunity, all right, up to that, okay, breakout of that top, all right, or at least up to 4,000 mark. Okay, so this is going to be a decent buy the dip opportunity. Right now there is possibility that price still can go back up within the channel which we are having right now, but we are more interested to see this to break down. Okay, so that the opportunity can be, can be much better rather than taking those small opportunities within that channel for upside. Okay, so something like that. All right, so this opportunity is back to that top or 4,000 mark. Okay, so 4,000 mark, it can tag to that 4,000 mark. So this is going to be a decent opportunity, okay, on a S&P 500. So the question is, price needs to fall all the way back to that low up to 3,500. All right, so we're expecting it to go up to that low. All right, if it is not going to tag that 35 areas, all right, then simply just watch price action, on the S&P 500 anywhere within these areas. Okay, within these areas, price to hold these lows. Okay, these lows to hold and go back up. So we are more confident on this chart that this is gonna at least go to that low. All right, but that doesn't mean you should wait for the price to hit the 35 and then you're gonna get into the trade. Okay, so you should watch price action. Okay, price action gonna be the key rather than the place. Yeah, why we are expecting it to go to that much low? All right, the reason is that we are having price action on other pairs. They are telling us that it is in a correction. Okay, it is in a correction and it has the potential to push up to 3,500. So 3,500 means that another 200 points drop on this chart. Okay, another couple of trillions to get out from the market. All right, or 9% drop on the S&P 500. So 9% drop gonna be enough for the next couple of months to ride for upside. Okay, 9% drop. Okay, that 9% drop, and then from 9% drop to go back up to 4,000. Okay, so 13 to 15% return on this chart for next couple of weeks to months can appear over there. Yeah, if not, then simply another leg higher. Okay, another leg higher. Yeah, this is also going to be a good, all right, but not a best trade, all right, on S&P 500. Yeah, so S&P 500 to visit at least up to 37, 35.50, 35.20, 35.16 or even 3,500 areas. Okay, so from there we can get a good return on this chart. Okay, so we were looking for this to hold that last week, that bottom. We got that leg, all right, and we were not expecting this to continue to go more higher. Yeah, this is this drop is happening because of the GameStop drama. All right, so the GameStop is just driving that lower, and those who are losing money on the GameStop, they are adjusting their positions. All right, and because of that, we are having pressure on major assets. All right, major indices, they are driving lower. So which means that they are creating opportunities. Okay, not just S&P 500. Okay, so many other indices are also creating same opportunity. So even if it is going for next leg, okay, that next leg, okay, so still we are expecting it to drag lower for at least up to 10% before going to continue to go higher. All right, so what you should look for: correct, all right, correct and drag. Correction. Okay, correction is not appearing over there, then simply bounce back within that channel. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the charts one by one rather than showing you your desired charts. Reason, because we are having setups on everywhere, almost everywhere. So dollar peso is setting up for the breakout. All right, so we're trying to break out, we can say that. Okay, so I'm showing you this this wedge. Since when? Since we had crash. Okay, so since 24 March. Yeah, I was saying to you when we had that move, okay, get ready for that correction. So we are within that correction since last year, all right, and within still in a bearish trend, okay, but price is trying to, you know, find its bottom. So last week what I was talking about on this chart, you know, correction to keep pushing higher, all right, or another leg lower back within these areas. Okay, so there is still possibility that we can see another leg lower back to that low within that, you know, pattern before going to reverse, but before going to continue for the longer term trend. So this is going to be a good chart. Okay, as long as price keep forming corrections, okay, means that, you know, trend is trying to continue to go higher. Okay, so go and get out that trade from the dollar CAD chart. Okay, this trade I've just shown you that chart. Okay, so showing you clearly what trade you should look for on the dollar pairs. So correct and continue, correct, continue to keep pushing higher, all right, or sharp sell. Okay, so sharp sell, okay, test that bottom, and again longer term, you know, trend to intact, longer term bullish trend. Pound CAD chart you guys have just seen. Okay, this one, so this one was a good sell opportunity. We waited for that chart throughout the week, all right, we waited for that chart throughout the week, and finally we got that sell on this chart. Okay, so hopefully, you know, there's going to be a lot of money on this chart for next week, all right. So this wedge, okay, so that wedge to break down. So simply correction is just farming over there. That's the trade for next week. So this chart and dollar CAD chart both moves opposite. Okay, so make sure you understand that, or you need to see strong sell off on the pound dollar before this pair needs to give you a good sell opportunity. I mean, next leg lower. Okay, make sure you understand that, diversify your risk, okay, and time your entry accordingly. So the trade is very much clear over there. Okay, that's the trade, okay, or the setup you guys have just seen over there. GU is not bullish. Okay, so GU is bearish. Yeah, longer term bullish, okay, but not bullish at current price. Okay, current price is a counter trend trade. Sell it, look for, you know, the top. Okay, so try to get into the trade from the top and look for that to drop lower. So we get a breakout. Okay, so we were looking for, we waited, we were waiting for that to break out, this correction. Okay, we got leg, we got correction, we got leg, we got correction, we got next leg. All right, now we are looking for simply this to keep dragging lower. Correct, keep dragging lower. Okay, correct, keep dragging lower. All right, so if not keep dragging lower, okay, then simply go back up, another correction, flat formation, all right, and then keep dragging lower. Okay, all right, in worst case scenario, if this pair is not going to drag lower, this correction is not going to happen, or continuation is not going to happen, and price is going to tag that top again, just simply look for this to drop. Okay, it is at a good spot to watch for this to drop. All right, this pair is in a big sideways market. Okay, so you can see over there, since we can say that since 2016. Okay, so price is staying within these ranges, struggling to go beyond 180. All right, and struggling to go below 160. All right, and price action is just appearing over there. It's a good chart to watch. Okay, so time your entry really well, you know, use tight stop loss, and a lot of potential is over there. Okay, so pound CAD chart and the chief yen chart is also a good chart. Okay, so chart I have just shown you previously, at the start of the meeting. Okay, so that next leg to happen, if I'm gonna go to the you know, that's what you're looking simply. Okay, so just let's go straight away to the lower time frame, guys. Okay, so this is what you are expecting. So let's go to the weekly time frame first, guys. Okay, what it is doing, okay, it is in a strong bullish trend since 2005. Okay, and going higher towards 140. Okay, but the bigger time frame analysis is you know, to the downside. Price is trying to recover on since 1953. Okay, so what it is doing, it is testing these areas. Okay, struggling to break above 118.50 means that it is the good spot to watch for price action, for this to drop, this to hold. Okay, multi-year high is being tested by that price, but that does not means that price gonna reverse from there. Okay, it increases your odd for reversal. Okay, price is testing multi-year highs does not means that it will reverse. Okay, there is no guarantee that the price is gonna reverse from there. Okay, yeah, it increase odds that price gonna reverse, because price is holding that you know, price level, you know, since last you know, couple of years. Okay, so what's gonna be the clue that price is going to hold? Price action. Okay, price action gonna be the clue which you need to understand over there, that the price is going to reverse. Need to get into the trade, need to put stop loss behind that and ride it all the way back to that back within that channel, or all the way back to 114 areas. Okay, so once you get into the trade, just put your stop behind that you know, top. Yeah, if you are a tight stop losser, use that. All right, yeah, if you use top stop lies, all right, then use stop loss, sorry. All right, and if you're not comfortable with that tight stop loss, all right, then use reasonable or wider, wherever you are comfortable according to your, you know, risk reward ratio strategy. Okay, and first target gonna be 16. Okay, first target gonna be 16 or 1650. All right, and the big move you are looking at least up to 114. All right, we are already selling this pair, you know, many times. I mean, we sold it, we already grabbed, you know, a couple of good pips on this chart from those tops. Okay, we got that big move on this chart from that top. Now price is trying to go back to that top again. All right, and if I'm going to go to the lower time frame where the trade is, okay, so the trade is on a lower time frame. Just go simply to the 15-minute time frame. Price bounced, I mean reversed aggressively on Friday on this chart from the top. Okay, this correction to break out during the next week. All right, so you look in that correction to break out, and that's your trade. All right, so simple and easy. If not breaking, not going down, okay, all right, go back up, and then again you're searching that move to happen. Okay, once you get into the trade, just you can put your stop behind that. All right, where are you are comfortable, as I said, according to your risk reward ratio or your strategy. The dollar yen, okay, so dollar yen, as I said, trying to break out for longer term, guys. Longer term reversal is trying to happen on this chart, so should be on a weekly time frame. So if I'm gonna look at this chart, what it is trying to do, yes, trying to hold that 102.60 areas, 102.60 or 102.70 areas. Okay, so it's a good sign for the dollar across the market. Those who are longer term dollar sellers, okay, this must be a sign for them to stay away from selling the dollar yen for more downside. Okay, so you're gonna sell it at the floor. Yeah, short term is okay, but for longer term, you're looking at to go out from that channel. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the 4-hour time frame, okay, so structure is still saying that there is possibility for another leg lower all the way back to that 102 areas. All right, or 102.50. It means that another 4-hour leg can appear over there. How to trade on that move is the question. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, as long as you see that the price is staying trending, we were expecting it to keep breaking out in a fat meeting on a 5-minute time frame. We are still within that you know, wave. Okay, we were expecting this flag to break out. Okay, we got a breakout move is just happening over there. Next move is just happening over there, and dollar yen is just keep pushing higher. Okay, so how to look for next move is the question. What is the next over there on the dollar yen? As long as price stay above that trend, okay, that trend. All right, so you are looking corrections to keep breaking out and dollar yen to stay bullish. All right, okay, so stay bullish. All right, so these corrections to break out and continue to keep pushing higher. I will not suggest you to chase buy at the current levels. Okay, if you miss the move from the bottom, I will suggest you to just simply stay away from buying the dollar yen at current levels. Okay, so what you should do, rather than looking for buy, wait for the sharp sell. Okay, once price fall aggressively to that trend, okay, and goes back to the correction, okay, then start looking for this to go down for another 4-hour move back to the previous lows. All right, that's what you should do. If you already missed the move, yeah, unlucky. So where we were looking for this to reverse, okay, so should be on a today. We are just simply looking for this to reverse, all right, from the lows, and it has a huge potential. All right, so all these updates, hope you guys have seen 102.6. all right, 102.6. Price is just following that. structure. Okay, now let's move on to the next chart. Okay, so next chart is the euro yen. Okay, so euro yen, we got another chance to drive this pair lower. Okay, we got the drop on it. Okay, we got the breakout which we were talking last week. We got a sell-off, but we did not see continuation, okay, at this area. Okay, the breakout which I was talking about last week, we got some short-term trades on it, on the euro yen. All right, we were expecting it to break out that ABC move, right, for the downside, but we did not see that. It simply turned ABC move for upside. Okay, another leg higher. All right, so flat formation or running flat, whatever you want to call that. So it is back at the top, right, back at the 2750 area. It means that there is again going to be a potential opportunity to chase this to drop lower. Okay, but this time make sure you are a bit careful before going to get into the market, right? And the reason that it can break out the previous top, can go slightly higher than 127.50 and can go up to 128, all right, or 128.50, 128.50, 129. All these areas are possible for this pair to tag, all right, and then it can drop. There is a sell opportunity. There is, that's for sure. We are looking for sell opportunity on this chart again, all right. Okay, but price action is not ready right now. Okay, we'll look at the lower time frame. But when you're gonna get into the trade, make sure there is a room on this chart, okay, and that much the room, price can push higher, or you can see that up to 127. Okay, so the price is this. So the higher the euro yen goes, okay, going to create a good sell opportunity. All right, so so hopefully everything is fine on the YouTube, guys. If there is an issue, just let me know. Right, just let me know, guys, if there is any issue on YouTube. Okay, hopefully everything is just fine on your end. All right, so hopefully everything is okay, guys. All right. So hopefully, guys, you are okay on Facebook and on YouTube. So just type it over there. Is everything fine on your end? Okay, so let's go on. So euro yen, let's straight away go to the lower time frame. Okay, so first of all, when market gonna open, you are looking for this 15-minute correction to break out. All right, that correction, okay, that correction to break down, and that's the trade. Okay, and put your stop behind that, and you're looking for this to break down aggressively and go down. Okay, that's the trade. If not breaking aggressively, and as I said, it's slowly pushing higher, okay, then let that to push slowly higher. All right, let that to push slowly higher and then drop. All right, then drop. So bearish counter trend trade is there on the euro yen. Okay, so I have explained there. Okay, so I will try my best to post this chart again during the week if I'll see that there is a sell opportunity on the euro yen. Okay, so there was a sell opportunity on the euro yen on this chart. Okay, now it is at a good spot, guys, where you can get into the trade. So you're watching it throughout the week. All right, so watching it, less risky pair, but when you get into the trade, make sure you keep this thing in your mind that price still can go beyond the previous top. Okay, price can break 127.50, all right, 127.50, and can go up to 128 areas before going to drop. Okay, there will be sell opportunity on this chart. Okay, so a good pair to watch. We love this pair. Okay, this is a very good and decent pair. So euro dollar, I have just explained what to do on this chart. Okay, Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar. So Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar is a good pair to watch. Okay, so it's dropping, Uzi getting weaker, quicker than the New Zealand dollar chart. All right, quicker than New Zealand dollar. So So yeah, chart is very much clear. Okay, structure, pattern, whatever, everything is just clear. Okay, so let's straight away go to the lower time frame. Okay, we need a decent, last week, you know, we were looking for, you know, in our group, we were looking for this flat formation to continue. One of our member was looking for that. Okay, so this flat formation to continue to keep dragging lower. That was a small trade. Okay, that small trade is just happening over there. Flat formation, looking for flat formation. We got that next flat formation. We got that flat formation and next leg lower. All right, and we need a bigger pullback. I mean, if you are not into the trade, okay, if you are into the trade on a breakout, you got that trade. Okay, so you did a good job. Okay, but if you are not into the sell side, okay, so make sure you are waiting for the correction and then you jump into the trade. Okay, so the deeper the correction gonna be, all right, the deeper the correction gonna be, the better the entry you're gonna have. Okay, or that kind of you know, formation, head and shoulder formation. So good luck. All right, if you are in, if not, then wait. Okay, dollar index, dollar sheaf, pound sheaf. Okay, so Australian dollar we have seen. Pound sheaf is just same. Okay, it is same like the pound dollar chart. Okay, so this move is possible. All right, breakout. We are currently not anticipating, not expecting that move to happen. All right, and just, you know, looking for that to drop. All right, there is no financial advice at all. Okay, so if you're looking for that, all right, so try going somewhere else. Okay, so we are looking at the setups, opportunities in the weekly market outlook. All right, so no, it depends on you. All right, I'm based on my experience. All right, based on my experience, I'm telling you that what kind of opportunities we can see next week. All right, and if so, then you can trade into that direction. Right. So if you're looking for something like that, right, or just simply don't follow anyone without, you know, without understanding. Okay, this is a market. All right, no one can claim that they are 100% sure that price gonna go there where they want price to go. Okay, no, it cannot. Okay, but yes, your analysis can create odds in your favor. All right, in your favor or against you. Okay, so this is a game based on odds. Okay, if you analyze the market well, okay, you can grab, you know, some good return from the market. Okay, so there is nothing something like that. Okay, so make sure you understand that. Okay, so there is nothing something like that. Okay, so we are looking at the setups, weekly market outlook. I hope that which can help you throughout your trading for next week. So if not, then simply don't. I mean, if you are completely new to trading, make sure you spend your time by learning the basics, then come to the trading. All right, the reason, you know, a lot of people coming into the trading since last year, reason we are having lockdown, people you know, stuck at home. All right, they are trying to find ways to make money, to generate some income. All right, and many people are just, you know, coming into the trading since last year. All right, because they are stuck, they're at home, yeah, and no income, no jobs. So people goes online, yeah, searching, trying to find ways. And there are a lot of ads on the internet, okay, which claims that follow them to make quick and easy money. Okay? All right, so there is, you know, no quick and easy money. So this market has a huge, you know, reward, also with huge, you know, risk. So understand your risk and reward. So you are looking for similar kind of price action on the pound sheaf chart. Okay, the way I have just explained the pound dollar chart. All right, so price is running within that ascending wedge. Okay, so you're looking for aggressive sell, correction, and that trade. Okay, so from the top, price is still pushing slowly higher. You're looking for that to drop aggressively from the top. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at this chart and I'm gonna invert that, this is Euro Australian dollar chart. All right, so euro Australian dollar is running within the ascending channel. Okay, so we are expecting it to at least go all the way back to these areas, up to 161 or 160 areas. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, the way I have just explained the Australian dollar US dollar chart. Okay, so these two 15-minute correction to break down up to that low or keep dragging lower, okay, aggressively. I'm just, you know, showing you similar way the way I have just shown you Australian dollar US dollar chart, or go back up, flat formation, okay, and then drag lower, or if I'm gonna invert that, go back up. Okay, all right, so move is almost already gone. All right, okay, so go tag and then continue to go higher. All right, so from the high, okay, watch price action for that trade. All right, and if it comes, then all the way back to that low, the way I have explained the dollar CAD chart as well. So very much similar price action like the dollar CAD. All right, or there you can see same structure like the dollar CAD or Australian dollar. So it's all about risk on, risk off. All right, so pound yen longer term, same wedge. All right, and or triangle. Okay, on a lower time frame we get to the point. Okay, so that's the trade which we are looking. Okay, so next week that's the trade, or all the way back to that low, these lows. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, I'm gonna look at the 15-minute time frame. All right, so that trend, all right, that trend to break out. Okay, so this 15-minute correction to break down. Okay, that all the way back to that low. If not breaking, slowly push more higher. Okay, back to that top or new high like pound CAD chart. Okay, that's the trade. All right, that's the trade where you know, right thing. Okay, so Aussie CAD is trying to go lower too. Okay, so all this sharp sell-off has been created by the GameStop volatility. Okay, so those who are watching on the trading view, unfortunately guys, you're not gonna see my drawing over there. Okay, I'm actually drawing, all right, and using a pen on my charts. Okay, but unfortunately you're not gonna see on trading view. All right, you're only gonna see my structure and what I'm talking about. So those who are watching me on the other platforms, okay, so they're gonna see my drawings, right? So let's move on to the lower time frame. Okay, so hopefully the structure which I have just shown you, you guys have seen that structure. Okay, so we were looking for sell opportunity on this chart last week, and so we got that sell opportunity, all right, and there at under the yellow small lower trend line. Okay, this lower trend line. Okay, so it is turning into a bigger daily flag which can break up all the way back to 103. Last week I have shown you weekly chart. We are currently not anticipating for that next leg. Okay, what we are expecting, all right, so we are expecting it to, you know, break down. It is not at a best spot where you can get into the trade. Okay, but if correction is going to appear over there, then during the week, okay, this move. So right now we were looking for sell there. Okay, we grabbed that move. Okay, but now prices trying to break out, all right, for this triangle, all right, this triangle for more downside. So simply correction, okay, and drop, or simply go back up for another short-term trade all the way back to that top, all right, and then again sell from the top. Not a best opportunity because opportunity is already gone, but throughout the week, yeah, in simple analysis, just use your support and resistance areas. Okay, so when price tests the resistance, you're looking for sell. Okay, when price testing is your support, you're looking for this to hold and go back up. Okay, and then again from that top to drop. So that's the Aussie CAD, that's the New Zealand. So there are going to be the opportunity on this chart for next week. All right, okay, so that's the structure, that's the formation. You're looking for this to boom, break out, go back up all the way back to that trend line. Okay, good opportunity gonna be there on this chart. Make sure you trade with care because euro is still struggling. All right, euro is still struggling against the New Zealand dollar, and simply trade is very much clear on this chart. All right, so what you're looking when market gonna open, you're simply looking for, you know, this opportunity. All right, the opportunity. Okay, if not, 15-minute correction is not appearing or not breaking, okay, then go lower, then again that trade. Okay, this move, simply ignore that move, let the price finish this low, and then you're looking for buy. So right now when market gonna open, you're looking for this to correct, and that's the trade. Okay, trade or 100% retracement. All right, so if I'm gonna, you know, draw my charts a bit differently, okay, then what I'm talking about, right, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, what I have done, all right, I have done that way. All right, okay, so my chart was like that. All right, and that was the structure. What was the pair where I have done that is the New Zealand dollar US dollar. All right, what I have shown on the New Zealand dollar US dollar, 15-minute correction and that trade. Okay, so same on this chart, either take this sell or this long, or take the New Zealand dollar US dollar, you know, sell. All right, but opposite. All right, but opposite on both. If you're selling New Zealand dollar US dollar, means that you're buying here, you're looking New Zealand dollar to give you that trade. Okay, so if this is not coming, all right, go back up, okay, this trade. Yeah, first of all, that ignore this. All right, so same goes with this chart. Yeah, let's simply invert that chart. I mean, no need to invert. Okay, so if I'm gonna draw this correction, okay, this correction, that trade, right, or go back up another leg higher and that trade. Okay, ignore this move. Okay, so sell from this previous top or new high. All right, so okay, that's the structure. Slightly can go beyond this previous top. Okay, we are not right now expecting this to do that. Okay, this is going to be a much better opportunity as with compared to the euro New Zealand dollar. All right, okay, much better opportunity. So okay, so price to go all the way back to these areas. All right, so you're looking simply, in other words, this 15-minute correction to break down. All right, this 15-minute correction. Okay, this 15-minute correction to break down that trade. All right, so find your entry over there on a lower time frame and watch it to break down and continue to go lower. This chart also same opportunity. Okay, it went higher. We were looking for this too. Let's go to the bigger time frame. Okay, so that's the bigger time frame analysis or structure. Okay, if I'm gonna go to the, you know, last week, okay, last week, I mean, setup which we had, okay, we had that structure. Okay, this short-term opportunity we got, or that was the structure. What price is doing right now, we are having another leg. Okay, that leg. Okay, what this leg is doing, testing that previous top. Possibility exists that the price slightly can push higher before going to drop, because our structure is still telling us that price can go higher. Okay, this chart update. All right, so update, so structure. All right, and further update is not there. Okay, so what we are looking right now, okay, yeah, this possibility. Okay, so small push up before going to drop. So make sure you don't get you know, just simply need to manage your position, guys. Once you get into the trade, need to manage. All right, need to manage your position. If keep dropping aggressively lower, stay in. If not, yeah, either take your trade on break even or on small stop loss, and again try to get into the trade from new high. Okay, this is a counter trend move, okay, but has a huge potential if we are going to see, you know, a bigger correction on the indices. The reason indices are you know fighting with, you know, overvaluation right now. Overvaluation fear and bubble fear is there in the market. That's you know creating a bigger correction on the 10% correction on the on the indices. Okay, so if we see that 10% correction, okay, we're gonna see, you know, at least 4 to 5% drop as well on risk on currencies. Okay, they can go lower, at least that. Okay, so let me check quickly how much percentage we have seen on this since March. Okay, so 27%, and up to which level it can go. All right, so yes, 5% drop we can see on this chart. So what is the setup? Let's straight away go to there. Correction is there like other Kiwi pairs. Okay, so when mark, you're gonna open this to breakout, that's the trade. Okay, if not coming another leg, that's the trade. Yeah, the chart is clear, same like the other Kiwi pairs, not complicated. Just time your entry really well. Okay, so Uzi Yen, what is the trade? This 15-minute correction, market open, that's the trade. Okay, back to that bottom, that's the trade. All right, and on a bigger time frame, break that trend line or go back up for another leg higher. Okay, so when market gonna open the trade, which I have just clearly shown you. All right, let's look at the interesting thing, you guys. Okay, so use this awesome feature. Use these awesome features. Okay, so the move is still to come. All right, okay, this move is still to come, so let's move on. Okay, so CAD yen is also a sell opportunity. Okay, so we got another leg on the CAD yen formation. Yeah, so very much similar formation like the CAD dollar CAD chart. All right, and just simply setup is over there. Watch your previous top, and that's the structure, and the opportunity is there. Okay, so simply correction is there. All right, so when market gonna open, you look in this to break out. Okay, that 15-minute correction and that trade. If not breaking, going higher, don't panic. Okay, so that's the trade. All right, so that's the CAD yen pound Uzi. Okay, pound Uzi to correct and for longer term trade. All right, for upside. So pound Uzi is not a best chart right now for us. Okay, but it has a potential for longer term reversal. Okay, so for next week, okay, correct and keep pushing higher. Okay, this 4-hour time frame, correct and keep pushing higher. All right, so Kiwi CAD is also, you know, same, you know, wedge to breakout for longer term for upside. Okay, on a 1-hour time frame or 4-hour time frame, this correction to breakout. Okay, this correction to breakout and go higher for next leg. All right, so euro pound. Okay, so euro pound to break out this channel. All right, that channel. So the channel is there. All right, this channel. All right, breakout and continue to keep pushing higher. Reverse opposite the pound chief chart. If I'm gonna look at the, you know, bigger time frame, okay, that trade, okay, where the arrow is showing. So if I'm gonna look at the euro pound, yes, I can show you the lower time frame, guys, but we are running out of time. Okay, so we need to finish that as much quick as we can. Well, there is possibility that the price still can drag lower. Okay, we are not right now expecting, okay, we are expecting when market gonna open this to just take off. Okay, take off at least, you know, up to this top. All right, and correct then, and then keep pushing higher. Okay, so Eurocad also same. Okay, that correction is just there, that correction too. All right, this 15-minute correction which I have shown on the dollar CAD chart. Okay, that keep pushing higher, that trade, and then from the top it to drag lower. If I'm gonna go to the 15-minute time frame, all right, that you know, correction. All right, so that correction to breakout and continue to go higher. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the daily time frame. Okay, so within that daily time frame, that up leg. Okay, so when you go into that trade, make sure you trade with care. Okay, because there is possibility that the breakout can happen for the downside. Right now we are not expecting, we are expecting that the trend to just keep intact. All right, and euro CAD to just keep pushing higher. Okay, all the way. Not a best trade. Okay, not a best trade, just need to time entries really well. Okay, so there are many other good trades which I have just shown you on the currencies, other currencies. All right, and cat chief to keep pushing higher too. All right, okay, cat chief to keep pushing higher too, or cat chief, you know, is just trying to reverse from the bottom. All right, I have shown you, you know, a buy opportunity on the euro against the CAD. Okay, means that you know, this pair is not a best pair at the moment. Okay, and you know, still can drag lower for another leg lower. All right, so what I will suggest to you on this pair, okay, so just simply stay away. Okay, you're not gonna get a huge move on this chart. Okay, just look at that on daily chart. Yeah, so rather than trading on this chart for a big move, okay, just simply trade sideways. Okay, trade, use your support and resistance. Okay, when price tests that top, you're looking for sell. When it tests that low, you're looking for buy. Okay, so right now, you know, we were looking for sell last week. We got that next leg on this chart. Okay, we were expecting it to drop from that top. We got that. Now right now it is just trying to push higher from without hitting these lows. Okay, and on lower time frame, okay, we can see this leg. All right, I mean, we can see that leg, but I will suggest you to just simply stay away on this pair. Okay, so just stay neutral, just trade your, you know, your ranges. Okay, so support and resistance, use support and resistance on the cat chief. Okay, so that's the Uzi chief. If I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, all right, same analysis like the Uzi dollar US dollar. All right, there is a 15-minute correction. Okay, that correction, that trade back to that low or break that trend for more downside. So same analysis I have just shown, you know, on the other Uzi pairs. Okay, this correction, break out that trade. If not breaking, go higher and then that trade. Okay, so Euro chief to hold 108 or 108.9. Okay, 108.9, and you're looking that trade from 108. Okay, so slightly push more higher, just trade sideways. Nikkei index to drag lower slightly. Okay, so bigger correction on the Nikkei index. If I'm gonna look at the Nikkei index, all right, so Nikkei index is also going into the correction. Okay, so there is possibility that the price can go for another leg. Right now there is very less chances that the price is going to go for another leg higher. More chances are that you know, drag lower. Okay, drag lower and continue to go higher. A kind of neutral analysis on this chart. Okay, we are currently expecting this daily correction to get slightly bigger. Okay, and the possibility there is that the correction can get much bigger. Okay, all the way back to that formation. Okay, for another leg. Okay, this leg can happen all the way back to that low. So not a best buy opportunity. Okay, so we are in a daily correction which can extend to further lower. The same goes with the Nasdaq index, Nasdaq 100 index. Okay, so buy the bounce off. All right, so buy the bounce off from the current price. If bounce off comes, buy, put stop behind that, watch it how far it goes. All right, if keep pushing higher for the new high, stay in. If not, then take off your profit for short term. All right, for these trades, bounce off. Okay, bounce off, short term buy back to that top. If keeps pushing higher, new high, stay in. If not, then take off your profit. Okay, but this is slightly a, you know, tricky trade. We are expecting it to break out. All right, so need to manage those trades really well. All right, and gold to break out and continue. All right, same structure which I have shown last week. Right now we are having, you know, flat formation over there on this chart, flat formation. Yeah, so the flat formation which I was talking about way before it appears. All right, this flat formation. So this to break down. Okay, so that flat formation to break down and gold to go lower or go back up for another leg all the way up to 1920 and then drop. Right, so very much same structure like last week, guys. Sideways market to break out. Silver to slightly push more higher before going to drop. Okay, so silver is squeezing. All right, so possibility is there for a big run. Okay, but simply go to that previous top, tag that top and drop from that top. All right, from 30 area. Okay, so that's the silver chart, and start looking for price action from there. Bitcoin, as I have explained already. Okay, so the formation was there for another leg lower. Yeah, before the weekly market or outlook, I was expecting it to break down for another leg lower all the way back to 30 areas. That leg broken. Okay, price is going for the next leg All right, so silver. Okay, so people are right now talking about that there is squeeze on silver, and silver gonna do similar way the way GameStop has done. Okay, no, guys, that's not going to happen. All right. Okay, that's not going to happen. So last week we have seen unprecedented thing, all right, on GameStop. All right, but these things do not happen, very often, right? Do not happen very often. All right, so we can see that 1 or 2 out of 100, right? You see, like Tesla has done that. All right, so historical short squeeze, yeah, triggered out over there on Tesla. Many short sellers lost a lot of money on the Tesla, all right? And Tesla is still rising, all right? Extremely overvalued, all right? And GameStop has done. So silver is not going to do that. Silver can continue to keep pushing higher, okay? But cannot rise because of the retail traders, all right? So silver only gonna rise then when institutional money gonna come in, okay? So market gonna go there where institutional investors want markets to go, all right? So you should not go against them, okay? You should go with them. Those who are buying, GameStop right now and cheering, strength on the GameStop, all right, they cannot sustain that bullish trend for longer term. They can't. They don't have enough, money to sustain that bullish trend, right? Who got the money? Of course, institutions, big players got the money, all right? So GameStop gonna go there where they want, okay? So where they're gonna push GameStop, all right? Where fundamentals are pointing that GameStop gonna go. Right, fundamentals pointing out that this business is not, good enough, not going to survive for longer term. All right, and obviously their share price is extremely overvalued. All right, or bubble in a bubble shape. Okay, so that's gonna drop. Okay, so the question is who gonna accept huge losses? Once people gonna accept that they were wrong, all right, and they're accepting huge losses, all right, and then you're gonna see price gonna stop dropping on the GameStop. All right, so silver is not going to do that kind of stuff. Okay. So you see these kind of short squeeze more often on the low float and high interest high short interest charts. Okay, so silver is not going to do something like that. So Bitcoin, we have seen strength on the silver last week because of that hype. Okay, there was a hype on the Reddit that people are pumping silver. Because of that, we have seen strength on the silver. Gold did not do anything, all right? So gold was staying sideways, stable, all right? But silver went higher, right? But went higher, for $1 or $2 or $3, and then again started to struggle, all right? So you're going to see something like, 100 or 200 kind of move on the silver, or even, $10, $20 move on silver, going to be huge move. And then again, big players going to jump in and they're going to drive it lower, all right? So Bitcoin breakout is already happening over there on the Bitcoin. Keep dragging lower, slowly this move to complete over there, and then again hold that and tag 37 areas, all right, or 42 areas, okay, or $50 mark in best case scenario, go up to $50. All right, so US oil, okay, so US oil to break out for the downside. Okay, so US oil to break down for the downside. There is, great chances that oil can go all the way back to 44 areas, okay, before going to resume the trend for up to 65. All right, it's going to depend on the equities, okay, where the equity is going to finish their correction. If equities are going for 10% drop, okay, oil going to follow the equities. So understand that. Okay, so this correction to break down, okay, that trade for the next week. Last week I was showing you buy, if you remember, all right? So that did not continue. So we are having, correction. Short-term buy was there, okay? But now it's testing for struggling for flat, flat formation. And once market gonna open, just simply this flat formation, all right, to break down and tag that trend line or go up to 44. We're going to resume the trend. So counter trend trade, bit tricky, okay? Need timing really well, need to manage position, very well for selling the WTI. Because same goes with the UK oil. Okay, so correction can go a bit deeper on the UK oil. It can go all the way up to 47, 45 areas. All right, so 45 areas before going to continue the bullish trend. All right, because buyers who are holding long on the the oil and on other risk on assets, they exhausted. Okay, and the other thing is that you know, there is a fear. Okay, fear is increasing in the market that we are having bubble. All right, but Fed is not accepting that. Okay, Fed is not accepting that. Okay, Fed is not accepting that we are in a bubble territory, but we are in a bubble territory. Okay, so overvaluation is extreme on specifically on the US assets. All right, yeah, extremely overvalued. They are just, you know, keep rising. So why Fed is doing that? Because Fed wants to create bubble. All right, they want to create bubble. They want to, you know, pump a lot of liquidity into the market so that, you know, they can function the economy, you know, well. Okay, so investors, those who are buying, you know, tremendously since March, all right, now they are having that fear. All right, and another thing that market is expecting that Fed is not going to stay there forever, and obviously Fed is not going to stay there forever. Yeah, so they, for easy monetary policy, okay, they're gonna stop bond buyings. They're gonna gonna obviously, you know, wind up this process. All right, wind up this, you know, easy monetary policy stimulus package. They're gonna wind up that, and once they're gonna wind up that, okay, then market gonna start to react to the fundamentals. All right, right now the market is completely disconnected from the reality. Okay, what is the reality? Lockdowns, people are sitting at home, not working, no jobs, all right, no income. That's the reality. Okay, what market is doing? Just creating new highs. Okay, it's completely disconnected from the reality. All right, and Fed wants to keep, you know, market as much high as they can before, you know, Main Street come back to normal. All right, so that's why people are talking about that, you know, the vaccine rollout should be as much quicker as it can. Okay, that can, you know, bring the economy back to normal. Okay, so that's the oil. Okay, so natural gas is also bearish, another leg lower natural gas to tag these previous lows. Buy is not there. All right, so copper also in a correction. Okay, copper is also in a correction. Copper can also drag slightly more lower, okay, up to the trend line. Very much same analysis like the oil analysis. Okay, that's what we are having. We are having strong trending market on copper too, like oil. Okay, so that correction which I'm just showing over there, that correction to break out. Okay, this correction, 15-minute correction to break out, and that trade on copper. Okay, so Turkish Lira is very much same like last week. We haven't seen a lot of, you know, big move on it. Dollar Rand. Okay, so Dollar Rand is also setting up for next breakout, the way, you know, we're gonna see on the dollar peso. Okay, so very much similar move you're experiencing on this chart. Okay, so this breakout, okay, the tiny breakout or tiny flat formation which is just appearing over there, that to break out, all right, next week. All right, and dollar Chinese yuan is also very much same like last week. All right, so breakout, form new low, and then reverse. All right, and US 30 also same like the S&P 500. So US 30, that expanding triangle, correct, drag lower back to that bottom, and then continue the trend. All right, and same on the Russell 2000, correct, drop and back to high. Okay, so US Russell 2000 is also under pressure because of the GameStop drama last week. Okay, and it still can drag lower. Yeah, small caps were doing really well. Okay, doing, you know, really well, very well than the large cap. Okay, 100%, you know, strength on the small caps. All right, okay, so but it is still under pressure. Okay, so we are not right now looking for next leg. Okay, so correct, drag more lower. Okay, and then give us a buy the dip opportunity for more upside. Same goes with the 3000 mark. Okay, 3000 also same, correct all the way back to that low, means that pressure on the you know, small caps, all right, for a while. Okay, so same goes on the DAX to also drag lower all the way back to that trend line. Okay, so same structure or same pattern I'm showing almost on all, you know, indices, expanding triangle formation. So you are waiting for expanding triangle formation, all right, and for continuation. So UK 100 index also, you know, very much same expanding triangle formation or drag a bit more lower back to that trend line. Okay, so Euro 50 also very much same like the you know, like UK 100 index, all right, and Frankfurt is also expanding triangle. They are a bit more lower up to the trend line, all right, but they're gonna be a buy the dip opportunity on them. Okay, so same on this 600, all right, and same goes with the S&P 500 ASX. Okay, expanding triangle formation, continue the trend. Okay, Nifty breakout and continue. Nifty can get a bit more deeper, all right, so don't rush for the Nifty by the break. Yes, breakout opportunity gonna work over there. Okay, so this correction, this flag, once that flag breakout and the next leg to happen. But yes, other equities are under pressure, then you know, Nifty still can stay under pressure. Okay, so now let's look at the GameStop. All right, so people are talking about that. All right, but yes, you know, retail traders, they have done tremendously well on this chart. Okay, they, you know, they simply, you know, have created history last week. All right, so historical short squeeze we have seen on this chart. Okay, so this still can stay volatile. Yeah, it is volatile. It still can, you know, stay volatile. Okay, but where price gonna go? Is it going to stay trending for upside? I don't think so. I don't think so that this is going to happen. All right, where price gonna go? All right, where the big players want price to go. Okay, and where they want price to go, they want price to press back to that you know, $10 mark or zero. All right, so that's where price gonna go. Okay, so yes, if you are going against the big players, all right, you don't have money. All right, the money they got, all right, money they got, they are struggling right now. The question is who is going to accept those losses. Once they're gonna accept those losses, all right, the huge losses, all right, and gonna move on, all right, that they again can, you know, squeeze, I mean, push that price, you know, GME back to that low. So is it possible to trade for you guys? Yes, it is possible. You can trade. All right, so just need to follow, you know, your lower time frame. Just follow that lower time frame and watch price action, how market is doing over there. All right, whenever you see that this sharp sell is coming over there like that, okay, if it is pushing higher, sharp sell is coming, yes, get in, hold, and watch it to continue to keep pushing lower. All right, when it comes to close to 100 areas, all right, $100 or 150, okay, so similar bounce off you are looking like that. Okay, this bounce off. Okay, so getting into the trade, stop. All right, correction. Okay, watch for breakout. All right, again correction. Okay, so breakout. So patterns are repeating over there, just need to follow them. Okay, but again, make sure you trade really well and trade with care. Okay, so there where price gonna go. Okay, back to, I mean, gonna stay volatile. Okay, the question here is that who's going to accept huge losses? Those who are, you know, getting squeezed over there, are they going to hold their positions or going to accept their losses? Once squeeze gonna be over there, okay, then price again fall back to bottom. Okay, so there is money on this chart both ways. Okay, a lot of money is there on this chart on both ways, for upside and for downside. All right, so make sure you don't get trapped over there. If you got a good money on it, all right, if you got a good money on it, then try not to lose that back to the market. Okay, try not to lose back to that market. All right, so this chart gonna stay volatile for a while. Okay, but definitely gonna go back to bottom again. Reason, because there is not enough activities within that business, right, in GME's, you know, corporation. All right, so cannot survive. I mean, this is not like Tesla. All right, Tesla is a huge company. There was a short squeeze, yeah, and Tesla survived, okay, and still keep keep rising. All right, that's not like Tesla. So yes, trade with care on it. Yeah, so people are asking same, on EMC. So EMC is also similar, guys. So what retail traders are doing, they are trying to pump price. Okay, this is very common strategy. Okay, and this strategy is very common and very old. It's not happening first. This is not the first time you are seeing that short squeeze. Okay, it's a very old strategy. All right, and it sometimes big players, they use that too. All right, they pump price. All right, and then again they dump price. Okay, they make money both ways. Okay, they make money by pumping cheap stock, right? And then they make money dumping that stock back to the bottom. Okay, so highly risky and highly volatile strategy, pump and dump. Okay, so similar way, the way I have explained the GME stock, all right, or GameStop. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. Okay, and that's what retail trader is gonna do. Okay, they are trying to push higher, okay, correcting, and they are so slightly can go higher, then again can dump back. So sideways market. Okay, so sideways market on the BlackBerry too. All right, so I mean actually they are pumping and dumping. Okay, that's what you are having over there. A lot of I mean those people losing money there on these stocks, those who don't understand trading. All right, so those who don't understand trading and over risking. Okay, specifically beginners, those who are getting into the trading after looking at the ads on their Facebook, on their Twitters, all right, are looking at in the news, they are turning into the trading and they are losing. All right, because they don't know how to handle that volatility. It's extreme. All right, if it can goes in your favor, it can goes against you as well. All right, so it's a high volatility, and if you know how to capitalize volatility, then you can trade. All right, if you don't know, then try to avoid them. Okay, again, go back up and sell again. So very risky, guys. If you don't understand, I would not suggest you to choose these assets to trade. Okay, highly likely, yes, when to trade on them. Okay, so I mean, what is the best way to trade on these kind of stock? Okay, for that you need to do a lot of research. You need to understand that either there is potential in that company, can that company bounce back? All right, are there any chances for them to be bailed out by governments? If so, then they can survive. Okay, what's happening with the Boeing? Okay, so Boeing is not going to die, definitely. All right, Boeing went lower all the way up to $80. Okay, it went up to 446 in March during crash, tagged 87. All right, and now it is trying to recover. Okay, and it will survive. This is a big company. Yeah, US is not going to let this company die. Okay, government gonna step in, already stepping in. All right, and they definitely gonna keep bailing out, and you're gonna see these corrections gonna keep breaking out for upside, and price gonna go even beyond 446 previous top. All right, so need to do a lot of research before going to just simply gamble on these kind of charts. Okay, Nikola is also same pump and dump. All right, pump and dump. Okay, so Tesla is in a correction. Tesla to correct and continue the trend. Okay, NIO also correct and continue the trend. XPeng, all right, XPeng to hold these areas. Okay, that previous bottom and continue the trend. Apple, okay, Apple to break out. Right, Apple is also going in another correction. Last time we were expecting that correction to break out. All right, and next time we were expecting this correction to break out. Now we're expecting that correction to break out and continue the trend all the way up to 155 or 160 areas. Okay, Amazon also break out or hold these lows. All right, Amazon to hold these areas. All right, so Microsoft also go into correction similar like the Apple and continue the trend. Nvidia hold that low 480. Google hold that bottom 1700 area. Look at Facebook hold that floor. All right, so large cap are dipping, right? Large cap are correcting, so there are going to be opportunities on the large caps for next buy. So Boeing to break out and continue the next leg. All right, and Norwegian Air Shuttle is also sitting, so we have seen some some strength on this chart. Okay, this is also Norwegian Air Shuttle ASA, so that was a good opportunity. Okay, so you see that kind of squeeze, right? I mean, okay, so there was a breakout. There was a breakout and it went up to $11. Okay, so what was the price on Norwegian Air Shuttle? The price was 60 cents. Okay, for that, these kind of trades you have to wait a lot. Okay, you have to do a lot of research before you get these kind of trades. Okay, so where it was not 60 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents. All right, you can say that a penny stock. So it bounced back. Okay, went up to higher, all the way up to 11. Or we had fuel cell. Okay, so fuel cell was also good. Okay, when I was showing to go for buy on the fuel cell, it was close to close to $2. All right, so close to $2 or close to $2 mark. All right, so this is also a good run. All right, and going back up, hitting 26 mark. All right, so there are a lot of companies which are normally when you see these kind of squeeze, okay, you see that these kind of squeeze then mostly after a recession. Okay, mostly you see after a recession when companies run out of cash operations, when they don't have enough cash to run their operations, then you see these big giants, big players, big hedge funds, they come into the market and then they squeeze their their stock price. Okay, they sell heavily their their stocks. All right, and we see undervalue. Okay, sometimes we see undervalue in companies, and sometimes we see artificial undervalue, and artificially undervalue, and then you see boom, bounced off, the way you have seen on the fuel cell, okay, or on the GameStop. So that's Dutch Bank. Okay, let me check. DB, all right, so we already had that chart. Yes, DB is also doing that. All right, but right now, why why it is not rising? Okay, so there is no logic for Dutch Bank to bounce off. Reason, the main reason which I see right now is the negative interest rate. All right, or zero interest rate in the Europe. Okay, as long as you see that the interest rates are not going to rise in the Europe, okay, this is not going to do a similar thing like GameStop, okay, or fuel cell. All right, so this is going to stay sideways. So you should not chase the price. Okay, you should not chase the price. You should only wait for the price to come back close to the previous lows. Okay, so come close to $6 or possibly new low. All right, new recent low. Okay, new recent low. Okay, this bottom, and then continue to go higher. Okay, so you should not chase these prices. Okay, as long as, because there is no reason for their share price to rise, because their profit is very much low because of the low interest rate policy in the EU. So there is no logic right now. Let's look at a couple of others. Okay, Ethereum's and a couple of others. So Ethereum is doing similar like the Bitcoin is doing. Okay, so testing previous top, not a best chart right now. If you are trading on them right now, just trade with care, guys. I would not suggest you to do anything on these charts. Okay, they are at a historical top where we can see breakout and continuation, or our price can drop back within these corrections. Okay, so not a best chart to trade these days, guys. Okay, so OITA is a chart to watch. Okay, but you should not chase the price on OITA. Okay, OITA to tag the previous lows where you can get into the OITA again. Okay, so go back and test the lows at least up to 20 or 22 areas. Okay, so 20 to 22 areas, and then you are looking to bounce them back to the previous high. Litecoin is also not a best chart, I can say. Okay, but it is can break down. Okay, it can break down. That triangle can break down too, so not a best chart, Litecoin. So Ripple too. Okay, yes, Ripple, people were just running after the Ripple. All right, they were running after the Ripple. You already got let's see. Okay, so you already got 200% return on this chart, okay, from those lows. So Ripple, yeah, you can you have seen drop on it because of the SEC. Yeah, but SEC is not going to kill this coin. Okay, this is not going to die. This coin is not going to die so much easily. So there is potential. Okay, so if you miss the, yeah, you're not gonna get a huge move on this, like a $100 move, okay, or $200 move. Okay, so if you're gonna get a $1 move, or best is the $5 move, gonna be enough. Okay, gonna be enough for you. Take that money and search the next opportunity. All right, reason because their volume is huge. Okay, their volume is, this is like a penny stock. Okay, Ripple is like a penny stock, so you should not set high target on it. Okay, so yes, it's clear, not chasing the price. Okay, waiting for the price, not chasing the price, waiting for the price to come close to you, and then you get in, rather than you go to the price. Okay, so you should wait for the price to tag the 20 or 15 cent areas. Okay, and you accumulate these coins there. All right, so it's a good opportunity if bad news comes, all right, from SEC side, and good news come from the Ripple side. Boom, they're gonna be the opportunity on this. Okay, so these two coins are good coins. Okay, so you should follow them, XRP and Ripple. So there are many other shit coins, so you should avoid them. All right, so let's finish here, guys. Enough for this week. Hopefully you have learned something this week, or have seen the setup for next week. All right, so thank you very much for coming into the weekly market outlook. We'll see you back